Guys, it's Bren, and I'm here with my review, my first fall 2018 test candle review for Blueberry Maple Pancakes. So, a lot of talk about this one. Really excited to get into it. This was my favorite on Cold Sniff in the store, so I got 4 of them, and then when I brought them home, like, one of my friends really liked it, my mom really liked it, and now they're all gone. I have the one that's unburned, so I can talk about that compared to the one that I burned a little bit. And I will say that usually I like to let them get down a little lower than this before I give a review, but I have been burning this thing nonstop for 3 days. It's just not that fast of a burner, which is a good thing because it's not having puny wick syndrome or any issues. It's just not burning that fast, but it's still throwing really well, so you're getting a lot of value, I guess. But I mean, at least 6 or 7 times burned this, and it's still only like a third gone, so okay. And sometimes with the darker colored wax, that's when you see more puny wick syndrome, I think anyway, but no problems yet. Doesn't mean it's not gonna start dunning out down here, but so far so good on the burn. This candle has had a lot of comparisons, and I'm gonna get into those in a second. Notes on the candle are wild blueberry, griddle fresh pancakes, and warm maple syrup. My batch number is 8145 G3A1, which is the same batch number, Sean, as yours, even though mine came from Ohio and Sean's came from Georgia, and there have been some people saying that the ones from Georgia have spice and the ones from Ohio don't, and blah, 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 and all these things. I don't know, I'm just going to tell you what I get from this one, but I do not feel like this is a repackage of any candle that they've done in the past. I do not think that this is, first of all, just let's get it out of the way. Blueberry pumpkin strudel, it's nothing like that. That was a repackage of blackberry spice. That was a very spicy, like craft store spice type of scent with some blackberry in it, and it didn't smell like blueberry to me anyway, and let's forget that one. But blueberry pumpkin patch, which was repackaged as blackberry bramble tea, those two were the same. This one has been compared to that by several people, but I don't think it's the same personally. And for me, blueberry pumpkin patch blackberry bramble tea was like a berry scent, but then with that, you got like a pumpkin spice scent. And it was a weird mix that for me was kind of off-putting. A lot of people I know liked it. My mom liked it. She burned it quite a bit. I had it in a mini and burned it, and I burned a full blackberry bramble tea and reviewed it on this channel. And I don't have one now, and I wish I did so bad so that I could do a side-by-side. But my scent memory is usually pretty good, and I know that I didn't like that one, and I like this one. And I know that I didn't like that one because it was that weird mix of blueberry and spice together. And this candle for me is not spicy at all. On the contrary, unlike Sean, I get maple, and I don't get it on Cold Sniff with the new candle. I will say that. It's not really there when you smell a new unburned one, as a lot of people have said. That's kind of been a pretty general consensus. Doesn't smell like maple on cold. The one that I've burned still doesn't really smell too much like maple, but maybe a little bit more than the unburned one. But when it is actually burning, I get maple. But here's the thing. You guys know, me and maple, we don't really get along. I generally don't like maple. It's too sweet for me. A lot of times it's sickening sweet. It makes me feel like everything is sticky. I just generally don't like maple candles. The reason I can tolerate the maple here is because the blueberry is stronger. Also, the maple is not like authentic, real, like Vermont or Canadian maple syrup. It's not like genuine. It smells a little bit like Aunt Jemima Light, or like Mrs. Butterworth, or some cheap generic syrup. Like, it's a lighter kind of maple scent. And then the blueberry is really nice. It's sort of, for me, it makes up for the little bit of maple being there, and so I don't mind it so much. The blueberry is, like I said in my haul video, it actually smells like blueberry to me. And you could say that maybe there's also a little bit of like raspberry or blackberry or something, because it's a tart blueberry. So there's something that makes it a little tart. But I do feel like it's blueberry. If I smell this candle without having a list of notes, I think I would guess blueberry and say blueberry. And they're getting closer and closer to like blueberry scone from Yankee. Or Kringle Candle does a really nice blueberry muffin that actually have like a real like blueberry bakery scent. And Bath & Body Works has never been able to do that. They've never nailed that. Their blueberry always just kind of smell like general berry, or like with blueberry sugar, it smells like blueberry candy or something. But a blueberry bakery scent they have yet to really do. And this isn't quite it, but the blueberry in it could be kind of compared to those other two brands that I just mentioned. There's something a little similar to Yankees Blueberry and the blueberry note in Yankees Blueberry Scone, and a little similar to like that Kringle. Now, what this candle actually reminds me of the most, though, is Crossroads candle. Crossroads, they had a little heyday on social media here a couple of years ago, probably now, and they got really big, and I bought a bunch of their candles, and one that I got from them was called Blueberry Pancakes, and Blueberry Pancakes didn't smell anything like pancakes at all. It was their maple syrup candle with blueberry added, and it did legit smell like blueberry syrup, and that candle was way too strong for me. It was way too much maple. I remember I gave it to my ex, and his kids went to their mom's, and she texted him like, did the kids spill syrup on themselves? Why do the kids smell like syrup? Because that candle was so strong, but it was really like blueberry and maple syrup. And honestly, this smells like a version of that candle that I can tolerate. It is blueberry maple syrup, but like the maple is just down low enough that I kind of like it. So I still don't like love this one personally, because I don't love maple. However, I think this is going to do really well for them. And if the fact that it's already sold out in a lot of stores and was sold out in the store that I went to the next day, apparently, if that's any indication, yeah, it's going to do really well. If you like maple and you like blueberry, then this is going to be your jam. Like, I highly, from an objective standpoint, you know, taking my personal taste out of it, or personal distaste, I guess, for maple, I think you should definitely get this candle. Get excited. If you like blueberry and maple, you are going to want to buy 7 of these. It's going to be really great for most people. I think it does smell very much like blueberry syrup that you would put on pancakes. So it makes you think of pancakes, but there's not a pancake note. Like, I don't feel like there's any kind of bakery note, but I very much feel like, so I don't even eat maple syrup now because I don't like it. But when I was a kid, I did, because I didn't like really know that, you know, you didn't have to put that on pancakes. And, you know, sometimes my mom would take the blueberries and she'd mix them all in the syrup. Or when you go to IHOP, don't they have like a blueberry syrup there? I think it's been a while since I've been to one of those too. But it smells like blueberry compote mixed in maple syrup. Again, like a Mrs. Butterworth or Aunt Jemima or something, not like a legit maple syrup, but blueberry pie filling with maple syrup. That kind of vibe. That's totally what I'm getting from it. And it has a very nice strength and throw, I think, because I would give it an 8, and you wouldn't want it to be any stronger. Maple at a 10 is like, yeah, the kids leave the house stinking like maple syrup. For 10 days after you burn the candle, it still smells like maple syrup. This one even does hang around a little bit for me, like, you know, the next day when I walk in my house, I can still kind of smell it after I've been gone, you know. A little bit of hang around, which I'm not crazy about with the maple, but you're going to get that with maple. If it was any stronger than an 8, it would be too much, but it's definitely like an 8, like fills a living room or a big open floor plan enough that you smell it and you're like, yes, it smells like blueberry syrup, and it makes you think of pancakes even though there's not a pancake note because of that. So anyway, you know, agree to disagree. That's what I like about Sean, because we disagree on a lot of things and we like laugh it off, and it's totally fine. And, you know, I mean, different people get different things, but this candle from Ohio, I'll put the batch number in the description below, but it's the same as his, and I don't know, I'm getting a lot of maple and I'm not getting any spice, but it's good. It's good though. I'll say that. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. All right, stay tuned because I've got lots more reviews coming up. You can follow me on Instagram in the meantime at Candles and Music. I'll see you later. Bye.